Okay, we finished with symbols and now we are picking up with norms. Norms communicate what is considered to be appropriate responses in certain situations. Let me repeat that. Norms communicate what is considered to be appropriate responses in certain situations. Now, there are two different kinds of norms, broad categories here, enacted and coercive norms. Enacted norms are explicit, in other words, are formally prescribed. For example, restrooms in the United States provide gender placards, which indicate that men and women should use separate facilities unless you see a co-ed sign like this one. Which really doesn't mean co-ed. It means that in the United States, it's just one stall, right? It's a private restroom. So this is really different from some other cultures, like, for instance, France, where restrooms are shared by genders, and that is the default. Now, coercive norms are implicit and only learned through interacting with members of culture. So we're going to look at three different kinds of coercive norms, beginning with customs. Customs are overt behaviors that have been passed down from generation to generation, such as here in the United States, drinking coffee with breakfast or decorating a Christmas tree at Christmas time. In Greece, things like handling beads during conversation. Violators of customs will probably get noticed and may receive sanctions from other members of society. For instance, your choice of beer as a breakfast drink would probably get a mention, right? And perhaps even a critique. Customs can also be formal, such as weddings and funerals. Now, we talked before about rituals, remember? And the way to tell these apart is that customs are more broadly defined than rituals. A wedding is a custom, right? And it involves a set of rituals. Rituals like wearing white, eating wedding cake, exchanging vows. Those are all, included in that set of rituals. So customs are more broadly defined. A mores is a custom with strong moral implications or forbidden cultural activities. So some strong examples in the United States culture would be things like cannibalism, bestiality, vulgarity. Violations of mores typically receive stronger sanctions than violations of customs or conventions, because the tendency will not be to just view you as odd, but behaving badly. In the United States, queuing behavior is a more. It is expected and considered rude and disrespectful, for instance, to cut into line. So we say queuing behavior, we're talking about lining, forming lines. So if you cut in line, it is highly likely that you won't just get dirty looks, but you will likely be strongly scolded. In Japan, the expectation to give your boss a year-end gift is actually a more. And in fact, the acceptable cost is equivalent to about 40 United States dollars. Conventions are procedural norms. In other words, you can think of them as how-to norms, procedures of how to do something. Okay? And like customs, they deal with tradition more than morality. They reflect what is more or less believed to be the correct way of doing something. Examples are how to wear accessories with clothing, how to maintain your lawn in the United States, or how to serve tea in China. Customs, mores, and conventions vary, of course, across culture, but misinterpretations are especially consequential when the customs of one country or conventions of one country violate another's. Examples would be wearing black to an Indian funeral White is the mourning color in India. Or advertising a white wedding dress in China, red is the Chinese bridal color. Which do you think would provoke the strongest negative reaction on knowingly violating another country's custom, mores, or convention? If you guessed mores, that is of course right, because instead of just appearing odd or inappropriate, you are actually viewed as immoral.